From the drama-free true crime destination, cutting through the weekend static to deliver the sharpest breakdowns and the exact facts you've been waiting for. This is the Saturday Byte. Today, we are in the Badger state with two bad moms. I'm Ernest Bethea, the last outlaw. This is the Saturday Byte. A Wisconsin woman is behind bars after smothering her 7-month-old baby girl for crying too much, according to Beaver State law enforcement. 22-year-old Mackenzie D. Critton stands accused of one count of physical abuse of a child, repeated acts causing death, according to the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. The underlying incidents occurred between June 1st and July 27th, according to a criminal complaint obtained by the Law and Crime Network. On Monday morning, the defendant herself called 911 and told the dispatcher, "My 7-month-old is not moving, and she is not responding to anything," according to the charging document. 2 minutes later, officers arrived at Critton's residence on North 25th Street in Milwaukee, according to law enforcement. The child was pulseless and not breathing, the complaint reads. After performing CPR for approximately 20 minutes, first responders were able to regain a faint pulse. While first responders regained the baby's pulse, officers spoke with the defendant, who offered her version of events. The mother said her baby woke up around 5 a.m., so she fed her with a bottle, changed her diaper, then put the infant in a car seat to sleep before going back to sleep, according to the charging document. The defendant said she next woke up at 11:20 a.m. to use the restroom and then checked on her daughter to find her not moving or breathing, according to the complaint. That's when the 911 call was made. An officer next spoke to the child's grandmother, who mentioned a previous incident of witnessed abuse by Mackenzie Critton to the child at the residence, according to the complaint. The grandmother recalled catching the defendant smothering the little girl one day in early June of this year, police said. The complaint relays that allegation at length. Critton placed her hand over the child's nose and mouth, preventing the child from breathing. The grandmother immediately took the child away from Mackenzie Critton. The child's lips were blue. Mackenzie Critton informed the grandmother that the child would not stop crying, so Mackenzie Critton covered the child's nose and mouth. After witnessing Mackenzie Critton smother the child, the grandmother kept the child in the grandmother's care for the remainder of the day. The grandmother did not report the smothering to police previously, but after the child went unresponsive, the grandmother was concerned that Mackenzie Critton smothered the child again. At Children's Wisconsin, despite a 24-minute-long effort to resuscitate the little girl, she remained pulseless and was not breathing, and was pronounced dead that afternoon, police said. Law enforcement described the mother's reaction to the day's events. Mackenzie Critton showed no emotion as first responders were performing CPR, the complaint reads. Mackenzie Critton remained emotionless in the ambulance ride to Children's Wisconsin. Then the responding officer asked the mother if anything else happened, according to the charging document. The defendant allegedly replied, "I got frustrated." She became frustrated by the child's cries, picked the child up, and smothered the child by intentionally pressing the child's face into Mackenzie Critton's chest for approximately 5 minutes until the child stopped breathing. The complaint goes on. Mackenzie Critton admitted to smothering the child before and claimed that the child would always come back. After that, Critton was arrested on the basis of her admissions against interest, according to the charging document. The complaint goes on to describe numerous instances of witnessed abuse that were reported by friends and relatives who live with Mackenzie Critton, including instances where the child was allegedly hit in the face because she would not stop crying, covered with a blanket, shaken so hard that she made a rattling noise, and squeezed to the point of turning blue by her mother. In this case, the defendant impaired the physical condition of the child by intentionally smothering or suffocating the child on numerous occasions, resulting in being unable to breathe, impairing the child's physical condition, and resulting in loss of consciousness and ultimately the child's death, the charging document summarizes. During a custodial interview with a detective, Critton was confronted with her daughter's death, police said. "I am going to jail for a long time," the defendant said, this time crying herself, according to law enforcement. A mother in Wisconsin is accused of stabbing her 7-year-old son while he was playing video games and then dragging him back into their home when he tried to escape. 37-year-old Emily Spaulding has been charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide and child abuse related to intentionally causing great bodily harm, according to court documents reviewed by the Law and Crime Network. She is detained in the Dunn County Jail. On July 20th at about 8 p.m., the Menominee Police Department was asked by a neighbor to do a welfare check on Spaulding's home on Coulsrud Street in Menominee, Wisconsin. The city is located west of the state, some 70 miles east of Minneapolis, Minnesota. One witness told an officer that Emily also made comments about children not needing to clean their rooms in heaven and had been yelling and swearing and putting a curse on people, according to a criminal complaint obtained by regional NBC affiliate WEAU. The witness added that the previous night, Spaulding was outside her home in the rain talking to people that were not there, police said. When the officer spoke with Spaulding, she was reportedly calm, denied making those comments, and said it was the neighbor who had a problem, not her. The defendant's child did not make a statement or ask for help, and the officer left. About 2 hours later, officers again responded to this area of the city due to a report of a child running in the street yelling, "No!" The boy was apparently covered in blood and claimed his mom was chasing him with a knife and hit him in the head. When officers caught up with the child at a Jimmy John's restaurant, the boy is said to have had blood on his face, shirt, and legs, as well as a small laceration on the top of his head. The boy was treated and investigators tried to learn what happened. The boy said he was Spaulding's son and that he had been playing video games in her bedroom when she walked in with her mouth open and tried to stab him with a knife. He got away, but she caught up, allegedly pulling him back into their house and hitting him in the head with a hammer. The boy was able to escape this time. When confronted by law enforcement for answers, Spaulding was standing at her front door and said someone else had taken over her body, the criminal complaint states. She was detained and also treated at an area hospital. When an officer spoke with the boy at the medical center where he was, he reportedly said if he had not run away from his mom, that he would be dead. Spaulding's sister took custody of the child. It is not yet clear when the defendant is due to appear in court. Thank you so much for joining me here at the drama-free true crime destination. Please be sure to follow Bethea's Byte Reloaded all over social media and support the channel through PayPal and Cash App. You can get your true crime news right here with no gimmicks, no drama, and no BS. This is Bethea's Byte, and it's reloaded.